Hello, and welcome to the Tome podcast, your podcast about all things board gaming, and occasionally tabletop gaming. I'm your host, Minty. Sat with me today, my other worms, Pops and Neil.
All right.
Hello.
Everything alright, guys?
Yeah, going really well.
Good.
Managed
Not
to play a couple of games, not as many as we'd like to, but it never is.
Never is, no. I mean, this month, pretty much like last month, I've got a few games in.
Play what we can and go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. I know we said before we've got a few days booked in coming up,
Yes.
which will be good. So yeah, keep your ears out for that if you're interested in random boring people playing board games.
We'll try and make it
Sound
fun.
on board.
No, not at all.
I didn't get to 41 being exciting.
No, absolutely not. Even though randomly you appeared at a Hailstorm concert. You sent me a picture of you at a Hailstorm concert.
Well, no, they were supporting Iron Maiden.
Oh, all right. So you're at Maiden. It's like
They just happened to support.
You know, it's all right. I'll message him. He'll just be at home. You know, have you done this bit of research? Bit busy at the minute. Photo. Hailstorm on stage. Great. Cool.
There's quite a nice story to that, actually. So we went down to the Olympic Stadium, well, City of London Stadium or whatever it's called now, and we got through. I'd bought seated tickets because I'm that age where I can't really stand at gigs anymore,
And you need to be close to a toilet.
and less of that. And we're walking around. We'd just got a couple of drinks, looking at the merch, and I saw a standing area wristband on the floor.
Oh.
And it was like still had all the tag on it and everything, so it hadn't been taken off. It had just someone had probably been handed it and just dropped it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll give it a go. So I put it on, walked up there. They didn't want to see my ticket. They just wanted to see the wristband. On I go, down to the standing area. Watched this first band. They weren't too bad. Think of a Bon Jovi-esque.
Or Jam Bon
band.
Jovi.
Not. They weren't as good as Bon Jovi, but they had that feel about them.
Yeah.
And I think it was one of Steve Harris's sons, one of his bands. Maybe it was him. Maybe it was someone else in the band. I'm not sure. And then Hailstorm, second support, actually really blew me away. I thought they were amazing.
I love Hailstorm.
Really good. Never really listened to them much.
We're not.
No, but they were amazing.
Same kind of era as Shinedown and that, aren't they?
Yeah, they've got that feel about them. Knew a couple of their songs, not many though, but yeah.
She's incredible.
Yeah, her voice just held
so
everyone.
incredible.
It was amazing. Like their sound was top notch.
Lovely. And then obviously Maiden.
And then Maiden, which now I've seen quite a few times before. Watched a couple of their songs from the standing area and then was like, I'm tired now. So I went up to the seat.
Old knees.
The old knees in the back were starting to go. So
Get out the Zimmer frame for the old man.
yeah, went up to the seat, sat next to my mate and his missus, and
Did they wonder where you'd gone?
no, they knew exactly where I were.
Fair enough.
But yeah, the sound was actually better in the seating area because they had three lots of delay towers because it was the stadium's that big.
Oh, wow.
I was saying, do they still allow mosh pits at Maiden?
Yeah,
or is there a hip dislocation?
Yeah. There was a hip, and you could go back at the back of the standing area and get a new hip, and then off you went to
the side of
enjoy
Zimmer
the
frame
rest.
parking area.
Yeah, there was a Zimmer frame parking area, but no, it was a really good gig. They're probably the best I've ever seen Maiden, and Hailstorm were pretty damn good. So
It's a good evening, not doing any research.
I didn't do any
podcast.
research. No, I enjoyed some music for once.
Good. Absolutely. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Today's episode is a Pops special. This is.
I wouldn't say it's a pop special. I would say it is more. I've been pushing for this episode for a long time.
Oh yeah. This is more your style
area,
of game.
Your area
Yes.
of expertise.
This is solo games.
It is not. I feel like you're kind of labelling me as a loner, but it's more the fact that I live 30 miles away from you.
Yep.
It doesn't have any commitment.
I don't. Yeah,
and won't play his missus because she beats him all the time.
Yeah. I've never beaten my missus
Oh,
at
wow.
any game we've ever played. She has beat me at every single game we played.
I thought I had her at Ludo, and then I don't know what she did, but I ended up with no pieces going around the board, and she had all of hers next to the finish. It was like,
She has never, ever, ever, and I think we say this a lot, she's
Yeah.
never, ever, ever lost a game of Ludo
Oh, wow.
in her life.
That's impressive.
if only they did a Ludo championship at the expo.
Well, maybe you could
Yeah, maybe we could put it forward.
could put it forward.
The Tome of Worms Ludo
Sponsors.
championship.
Yeah. Why not?
All
Put
set
that
up
right
just
next
so
to
your missus
the
can win.
press badge that you can get.
Yeah. So solo games.
Well, to clarify, these aren't solo-only games, but games that can be played solo.
Yeah.
No, the one I'm going to talk about is a solo only.
Yeah, but some of the others that...
Because you're the only person that would buy a solo only game at this table.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've played it, so we'll get to that when we get to there.
But most of the games on this list can be played solo.
Yes, they have a solo mode.
I think
Yes.
there's more and more games that are adding a solo mode to them now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would say so.
Before it would be, I'll play as 2 players. That would be my solo mode. But now they're actually kind of incorporating like a version of AI into games.
Yes.
I think it's a sign of the board game industry going with trend. A lot less people are going out and socialising. There's a lot.
I think lockdown and COVID had a big thing to
Yeah.
do with that, really.
Part to do with that, yeah. And like, I was chatting to a guy. Shout out to the guy who works at Norwich H&M. He's said he's a only child, so he doesn't get to play games. So maybe this will help. Especially the one that Pops is going to talk about. If you like horror, hold on to your hats.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
pretty sure you can all guess what it is.
Yeah, we're going to jump straight in. Pops.
Final Girl. Of course. What else was it going to be? You know?
Well, I was wondering. The anticipation was killing me.
Well, you know, when we went to the expo, the first place as soon as we walked in was, we're going to Van Ryder.
Yeah, you almost beeline there and had your money ready.
The card was already out. It was all. I knew exactly what I was buying when I went there.
Ignoring all the rules of our previous podcasts about going to the expo and leave your credit cards home, brought all the credit cards.
The hardest part of that decision was 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah, it was, and I didn't really do any research into what was involved, like in 1, 2, and 3. Like, I've got one feature film from season 1. I've got one from season 2. So I thought, you know what, I'll go all out with season 3. No, I'll get it all together, all in one go. So I got the ultimate box, which
And I don't think that's a decision you've regretted.
no, definitely not. It was like we stood there and we priced it up. Like if I bought everything separately, and it was almost 3 times the price of what the box was.
Yeah, I mean
At
that,
the expo.
Yeah.
that deal was mental. The ultimate box that they do was just such a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, it was. You know, you get the miniatures, you get the expansions, you get all the feature films, you get the storage boxes, you get the additional, what they call the special effects crate.
Yeah.
So you got the dice tray, you got the extra playmat with it. Now this is a different playmat to what you get in season 1 and season 2.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to have to buy season 2 ultimate box just to get the playmat.
No, what a
What
shame.
a shame, but you know, I've got to wait till the next expo for that one.
You don't have to.
No, I do, because it'll be a better price than if I bought it online. Because
Christmas sale.
online, I've been looking. The ultimate boxes retail for over 200 quid.
Oh, gotcha.
Now, I didn't pay anywhere near that at the expo, which is good. And I bought an extra feature film as well.
Yeah, from season 4.
Well, I don't think it's a season 4. I think it is just
A standalone.
a standalone feature film. So every season has, or every series has, a couple of additional feature films that aren't actually part of that season. So I went and got Bad Times at Bunnyland or something like that.
Absolutely, yeah.
It looks fun. I haven't played that one yet.
Ooh.
I've only played a couple from season 3 so far.
And how have they gone?
Deadly.
For who?
I'll get to that in a minute.
Fair enough.
It's-
More anticipation.
So yeah, Final Girl. Like seriously, to play a feature film, you've got to have the core box set. Now the core box set isn't a lot of money. It's like it can range from £10 to £20. Most of the time, it's about £14-15.
But
When you've got that core, the expansions are, I think, about £20 for the newer ones and about £16 for the season 1, season 2.
the core box doesn't mean you can play the game.
No, you've got to have the core box and the feature film.
Does each season have its own core box, or is it just one core box?
No, it's just one core
and
box.
Each season feeds into that core box. Ah, lovely.
Yeah, so you've only got to spend £15 for the core box, and then you can buy as many feature films as you want.
And whichever feature films you want.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, that's nice.
I don't know if there is a way, and I've seen conflicting things, but each feature film you have a character, which is your final girl, and a location. So the one that I played recently was my enemy was Razorface, and my location was Hellscape. So the film is called Hell of Pain. Hold on, I'm gonna have to redo this. Cut this bit.
And so I had a quick go at Final Girl myself,
Okay.
and each villain. Do we call them villains in a horror film?
We call them killers.
Killers.
Antagonist?
Each slasher,
Yeah,
Killer.
Slasher's better.
horror villain, your Freddy Kruegers, your Jasons. Obviously, these are copyright exempt, so they're not exact.
Yeah, so Razorface is very much a pinhead.
Yes. So they have their own location, and they have their own Final Girl. But when I played, Pops had a couple of other girls in the box, so I played a different one. So there is that ability to be able to use different main characters. with
Almost
different
mix and
villains.
match, as it were.
Yeah, I think so.
So the game I played was How to Pay.
Yep.
Which features Razorface. You also go into a location called Hellscape, like I said. And it's a really, really, really difficult game. But it's totally different to all the others. So all the others, you kind of go to your location, you go around, you save your victims, you win by saving your victims and killing the killer.
So fairly simple.
Yeah,
things to-
you complete what's on the cards, your event cards, and your special feature films. Your special feature film cards, sorry. Hellscape is a little bit different where you're in various rooms, but they're on tiles, and there is a little bit of a movement for these tiles. So you can draw a card, and it will shift all these tiles around.
It's kind of a backrooms type thing based in hell, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. No, I got very lucky, and when I was playing the game, my killer was cut off from the rest of the building. So he couldn't get me, so I could just go around, get all my victims, save them. One of the objectives was save 3 victims in one go. Did that.
Which
That's
you were
one.
able to do quite easily in that playthrough.
You've got to complete the 3 before you can go on to the final stage and
Okay.
go face the killer. But there's a bit of a twist. Some event cards move these tiles around on the board. So I drew a card, all the tiles moved around. That brought the killer into play. Within 3 or 4 moves, game over.
As the one I played anyway, as they start to take out victims, they gain power.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They become more powerful, and when they get to their top power, I
That's
think
it.
I lasted half a turn.
I think the one you played, I think the killer started off with like 9 health or something, and you start with 5.
Yeah.
Is that fairly typical?
Yeah, they always start with more health than the final girl. But there are ways that you can make them lose that health quite quickly.
By the time she got to me, she was doing 9 damage.
Ouch.
And it's like, I couldn't be anywhere near, but she could travel 4 or 5 rooms.
Oh wow,
You had an opportunity to get out, but if you got into a corner,
that's it. You trapped.
that was it.
Yeah, I can't remember which feature film I gave you because there's one which
I think it was in the sanitarium.
Yeah, oh yeah, you had that one. Whereas I've got like the Puppet Master one.
Yeah.
And he basically he is a puppet master, so he has puppets that will go round, and they move as much as he moves,
Yep.
and they can inflict almost as much damage as he can.
Yep.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
So
that is
that's
that is
quite
the worst
challenging.
game.
Yes.
Hate that one.
But if you're a 80s slasher horror film fan, these
Like, if you
games
like
are
your Nightmare on Elm Streets, if you like your Friday the 13th, if you like
Pinhead,
Pinhead,
Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
yeah,
even if you like the cheesy ones,
yeah, the B movie ones, yeah,
it's really cool the way it's done. The replayability is really good.
Oh, the replayability is great. I don't know if there is a way where you can change the killer location, like so you can mix and match. I think there might be. Like with my Ultimate box, I get all the vignette expansion cards. You get bonus features. You get all so. I have a box in my Ultimate box. There's all the manuals for all the feature films. But then there's a lore book as well, which is then expansions into each story as well.
I think the main mixing up that they want you to do is changing the final.
It's
girl,
changing
isn't
the
it?
final goal, yeah.
So each girl has a different special ability. They have different healths, different movements, all that kind of stuff, and it's taking in different ones to make it a bit more challenging. Like the one I did, I didn't take the final girl from that feature film.
No,
I should have done, because it meant I could have moved a lot quicker.
Mhm.
But it's part of it.
yes,
You add that challenge, you add that difference. It is quite. And I think each killer gets, is it 2 scenarios?
Yes.
So they're kind of they change a little bit.
okay.
So it's not the same every time. So that's pretty good.
And then each final girl, well, there's 2 characters in each final girl, I believe. In each feature film, there's two characters. And they each have a little envelope at the end. And you can only open that when you've
completed the scenario.
When you've completed the scenario, you've beat the killer. Never once have I opened any of those envelopes.
Oh wow!
I've always I find that game incredibly difficult. It is the Dark Souls of board games.
It's one of those. It likes to like a old slasher film. Everyone's really happy going around and all this, and then next thing you turn around and you're dead.
Yeah, it's like surprise, killer's here.
Yeah,
done.
There's no I've been stabbed, I'm going to run away and heal. It's I've been stabbed, and if I move too fast, I'm going to die anyway because I'm going to run into something else.
Mm-hmm.
or bleed out or something like that.
Those slashers that have help are awful, but that's the whole part of the game. We always say it's nice to win the first game you play, but
Unlikely.
if you have the drive that we have, you want to then go in and defeat that.
Yes.
I sat here and played it. I'm not a solo gamer.
No, you're not. No.
I'm not. So if I'm playing solo, I'm on the computer. I'm on the PlayStation.
Yes.
You
Our
know.
reason for playing board games is the social aspect.
Absolutely, and I love the way. I'd happily sit here with my own copy of Final Girl, and Pop sit on the other side of the table playing his copy of Final Girl and be in the same room and play. That wouldn't bother me. I'd be more than happy to do that. But I sat here on my own, and when you are really losing, there's nobody to talk about strategy with. There's nobody to talk to the rules with. So those grey areas, it's all down to you.
Yes.
And there's 2 types of people that appear when you play solo games. The ones that go, nobody will notice, flick an extra card, take an extra life off, that kind of thing. Obviously not the point of the game.
No.
If you do that, you're not playing the game. Like when we get to my game in a bit, at one point I sat there and I shouted through the house when I was playing. I was like, this is super unfair. How am I supposed to do this? But I'll give you the conclusion to that story later. But there is that side of it. You can become too harsh on yourself as well and make it hard for yourself. But for people that don't like playing with other people, you know, I think
Well, maybe don't like is maybe the wrong term, but not able to.
Yeah.
Due to time constraints or whatever it might be.
One of my brother-in-laws, I think he'd love Final Girl. He's not a massive board game fan, but I think he'd love Final Girl. He's a massive... He went to the cinema dressed as Art to watch the... Is it Terrifier?
Terrifier, yeah.
He went to watch Terrifier dressed as Art, who's the antagonist. But... and he's on the... prefers to do things on his own, or with his son, on his own kind of thing. So I think he'd enjoy that. Like I'd do the same for Pops, like with the Tomb Raider game that we looked at. Great game for you, not for me.
Yeah, I think when we saw Tomb Raider, like actually thinking about it now, I'm like that'd be so good if it was a 2-player. Like amazing if it was 2-player up.
Very rare that it goes that way. I think it's a lot better now. Going, this works great as a free player, and that one time every couple of months that I can get together with my friends and play, it'd be great to be able to play it on my own. They've added that, and I've been one of those people that's like, it'd be great if I could play it on my own, and then sat down and gone, why am I playing on my own? You know?
Sometimes it's very similar to playing a video game though. Sometimes you just want that very quick game of like, you know what, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to play on PlayStation, Xbox, whatever, and I'm going to have a quick one-player game. Final Girl is quite good like that. Final Girl's like 20 minutes to an hour max. Yep. It's not, so it's one of those like, you know what, I want a very quick game. Go and play it. It's very, very simple to set up. It tells you, you have a setup card that you pick up and you go, right, this is how the board lays out. This is where I put all my victims. This is where the killer starts. This is where I start. Done. Go.
Yep. Yeah, I found it a bit confusing at first. But once you're into it, it's easy.
Yeah, you've got what, four or 5 player actions. So you play a card. When you've played the card, you can then purchase cards for time. So each card has a time cost of it. Once you purchase cards, your time goes back to 6.
Yeah.
Or 5, depending on if you're playing hard mode. So you've got 2 modes. You've got normal mode and horror mode or something like killer mode or something like that. And then once you've purchased those, so you'll use those cards in the next round.
Yeah.
So you've got things like stealth, you've got things like focus, combat, rest. If you want to, if you've taken quite a bit of damage, but you want to, I'll play my rest card. Okay, can't do anything now, but I get 3 life back.
Okay. And that's normally when they appear behind you.
Yeah,
right.
Because you've not done anything, and then they go 1, 2, 3. Here they are.
Yeah,
they're going to get me now.
One thing I will mention, and it's big props to Van Ryder, the way these games are packaged.
Oh, packaged.
So basically, it's like an old VHS tape.
Oh, right.
You take one side off the box.
Yeah.
And you've got
that's your killer board.
The killer board. It tells you everything the killer needs. You flip it over, they're magnetised. There's your board.
That's pretty good.
Play on.
Location board. Yeah.
And then inside the middle bit, you've got all your meeples and your minis and all that.
Very much leans into that theme. So visually amazing.
Yeah. And the core box then has your horror rating, your time, your what the final girl needs to do, kind of thing.
Yes, that's your dashboard.
Series 2 have the really nice playmat. Season 1 has a more basic looking playmat.
Okay.
But yeah, you can buy them separately if you can find them in stock anywhere.
Everything's available separately. All the films are available separately. Yep. But when you get the deal like Pop's got with the Ultimate Box, it's just
you work out that each feature film is 20 quid, 20, 30, 20, 25 quid. You're getting season 3. I had
6, 5.
So season 3, I had The Killer from Tomorrow, which is very Terminator-esque. How to Pay, which is which is Pinhead. The Falcon Flies, which is kind of like a ghosty kind of alien thing. The Merrick Murders, and you get Don't Make a Sound. So you get 5.
Quiet Place type.
Yeah, you played Madness in the Dark. That was the one. That was from season 2.
Yeah,
that's the one with the mental asylum kind of place. The other one, which is the Puppet Master one, is Carnage at Carnival. Everyone on Reddit raves about this one, going, "You'll never beat the Puppet Master." He is like Giuseppe is like the worst fucking
But
character.
yeah, the Puppet Master is called Giuseppe.
I want to say it's Giuseppe or something like that. Anyway,
Like, it's genuinely like...
oh no, sorry, it is Giuseppe.
Giuseppe,
Giuseppe,
yeah.
the Puppet Master.
Like, yeah, it's just like, yeah, okay, I'm fighting against Pinocchio's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he is just a nutter.
Horrible.
Does each season focus on something in particular, or is it just more of a general
No,
collection?
I think it's just
A
what they
collection.
put in it. Yeah, because there was a special feature. So Bad Times at Bunnyland is a special feature.
Oh, okay. Because was it season 1 that had the Krampus? did
No, season 2 is the North Pole Nightmare.
So they did like a
But
Christmas
yeah, there's a
type one.
Krampus one, which I want to get that because that'd be quite fun.
That's Krampus. You're getting the season 2 Ultimate box next year, so it's...
I think I am. Whether I get, and then I can sell on Madness in the Dark. But
Yep.
yeah, you can buy everything. Like everything is available. One thing I don't like about it is the size of the dice.
Yeah.
They're quite chunky dice.
Okay.
So I feel, and the dice tray you get in season 3 isn't that big. So you don't really get a good roll from them, I don't feel. And
Okay.
they just feel like quite chunky. So
Are they unique dice to the game?
yeah, so they're
Okay.
unique with like the stars and like draw a
Right.
number of cards, whatever. In season 3, you have an expansion part of the dice, which is tiers. You collect tiers,
Okay.
which is quite fun. That I haven't tried yet, but yeah,
Right.
you replace tiers with the horror rating. But yeah, when you've got your horror rating, if you've got a low horror rating, you can roll 3 dice.
Mm.
If you're kind of up, kind of normal place, 2. If you're really at the top end of horror, you got 1 dice.
Oh wow.
So that really adds that element of, oh, that's really difficult because I'm never going to get that top action on my card that I want to play because
Okay.
I need 2 stars.
Yeah,
But I can't get 2 stars because I've only got 1
One
dice.
dice.
Basically goes up with your panic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a panic mode
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Oh wow. That's
So
kind
yeah, but they're quite
It's
chunky
horrible.
dice. So I feel like they don't really roll well. So
Have
you
got
can just
your
put it
own-
down and they'll roll like 2 times and like, great, I got nothing. I failed
so
that
you
task.
need to get yourself a dice tower or a larger dice tray.
I feel like there could be something like a large. Well, I've got large dice trays anyway, but I want to use the Final Girl one because the Series 3 playmat comes with a space
Okay.
for the dice tray, but it's for the Final Girl dice tray. So you put a large one in, it covers up your other areas of where you would put your cards,
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
or your items or anything like that. So, but yeah, Ultimate Boxes. I think it's like any game. You put that little bit of money in, I think you get a much better experience. Now,
Yeah.
you get all the miniatures, you get the killers, you get their miniatures, you get your Final Girl miniatures, you get. There's one game where there are 4 dead cheerleaders. Like straight up in the game, you're going to lose 4 dead cheerleaders. You've got the miniatures for those as well. Like
You get
I
everything.
think each pack of miniatures is about 30 quid.
Yeah.
And you get the vehicles as well. So
Okay.
each series has vehicles as well. I haven't quite worked out what you use the vehicles for yet, but I need to dig into that a little bit more. Yeah, and then you've got all the expansions. You have special guests as well. So with that set, there's special guests that I can swap out my Final Girl for, or they will just come into the game
Okay.
as victims.
Right.
So but I believe they can be used in other games,
Mm.
in other feature films
That's pretty
Just
good.
like
as well.
Dan Aykroyd randomly appears.
Yeah.
Like
Ow.
Chris Hemsworth, something like
Yeah, just like the special guest stars in this feature film. Oh, they've just been killed.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So
That's pretty good.
yeah, it's really, really good. And yeah, Van Wilder done an amazing thing
It
with.
Do you need much space to set it up?
No, not at all.
Not really.
Amazing.
I mean, if you've got the 2 playmats from Series 2, each playmat's probably the size of a Magic playmat.
Oh wow.
So you just put 2 of those together, maybe one, and then you have, if you've got all 3, and you have the accessories playmat as well,
Mm.
you're probably looking
Yeah, it's not,
3 foot.
you can get it on your computer desk.
Yeah, you'll get
Oh,
on
wow.
the computer desk easy.
That's
on,
pretty
on
good.
a small dining table. The only thing that takes up a little bit of space is the cards. But
Okay.
with the playmats, they've got designated areas, so
Okay.
it's a lot more.
That's pretty good then.
lot
That
easier.
is one of those games where it's like, I really wish it was 2-player.
Yeah.
I really
I
wish
mean,
there was a mode.
I wonder whether there was a way where you could, in a
You
way,
could.
like one person would be the killer.
But the main shtick of the game was
You play by
solo game.
Mm.
It was the fastest Kickstarter solo game ever, or something.
I think it's
when
the
it first
highest
came out.
funded solo.
And how
only.
well does the killer operate within the game? Well, run by the game.
Really, really well. Really seamlessly. Like it's as if the game is playing him. You know,
Nice.
It's really, really good.
Would
yeah,
it
there
be-
are parts where you could, like you say, I'll just turn this card a little bit more. I'll
Yeah.
run away, or I'll only move him 2 places
Mm.
instead of 1, or whatever. But
Then you're not getting the full experience.
yeah,
No.
you're not getting the full experience. Whereas, I kind of want, if I'm just testing a game out, I'm going to cut corners and whatever just to get a feel for it. But if I'm like, right, I really want to play this, I'll put everything into it.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. It's definitely worth a go.
definitely, again, it's cheaper end of board gaming. You're going to spend 40 quid on a feature film and a core box
Mm. That's pretty
to
good.
get going.
Absolutely.
I think it's great, and long may it continue.
Mm.
I think much like movie industry, you could put anything, like any movie story together.
I suppose it wouldn't have to be horror aspect. They might be able to do more of an adventure sort of thing. Or
Yeah, I reckon there's probably scope. So Van Ryder do something called Negotiator.
Hostage negotiator.
Hostage Negotiator, is that what it is?
I will just jump in here. If they bring out a Cthulhu-esque, I'm in.
in that kind of
Yeah.
mechanic of playing
Yeah.
the game with, like, you got Cthulhu or a cult that you have to run
Yeah.
away from or collect kind of people they've captured. That would be really good fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I suppose it lends itself to many different genres.
You could do like even if it's not a horror film, you could probably do like true crime
Yeah.
type. Obviously, you have to be very respectful of the things, but like somebody like Jack the Ripper,
Yes.
you could do. Where you have to go around and do those kind of things. You can do that
Or
kind of stuff.
Dracula, where you could then trap him out at sea.
No,
I reckon a Jekyll and Hyde would be a really
That
good
could be
final
good.
goal.
yeah, it'd be really
Yeah,
cool.
that'd be
Something
good.
like that.
Yeah.
Hostage Negotiator
Hostage
is the
Negotiator.
other game they do, which I think it looks very, very similar to Final Girl, so I would imagine it plays quite similar.
I think
Probably have the same engine.
Van Ryder are very clever in what they've done. It plays really well. It rolls really well. One into the next, into the next, into the next. It is seamless. I think I bashed through about an hour and a half. I was learning it. I played it once. I played it again, just to make sure I got all the rules correct. And then my missus was shouting at me. We're supposed to go out in 5 minutes, and you're still playing that game. Like, oh, whoops.
It's one that you can get lost. You can get lost in it, but like I said, no, they're short feature films. No, an hour max.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there leveling up to your final goal?
So there's no leveling up as such, but you go around. You can collect items that help you throughout
That
it.
scenario.
Yeah,
Could you link scenarios together if you wanted to? Kind of use the same final goal?
I think you could, but
I
you'd have to reset them.
yeah,
Right.
you'd have to
Okay.
reset them. I think. I'd be interested to see how it would operate with like a different killer in a different location with a different final goal. So each feature film comes with 2 final
Yeah.
goals that they would use within those feature films. But then you put all your feature films, all your characters together in your core box
Yes.
anyway. So that's where they're all kept. So you could just take any final goal into any story against any killer. But yeah, it depends on the mechanics of how the killer operates in that location, so to speak.
Absolutely.
Sounds
Yeah,
like you both
I'll
had
be
a lot of fun
interested
with
to
it.
see
I'm
how-
intrigued.
I'll be interested to see how Giuseppe, the Puppet Master, would fare in Hellscape with the moving rooms, and then
Not-
he sends his puppets around.
Yeah, I'm not 100% whether that is an option, because obviously all their setup and all that is
Yeah.
done via a card, and it tells you what room they
Yeah.
need to be in and what. It's not like top left, top right, whatever, like a 3x3 grid
Is
or
it-
whatever.
Certain room they
Yeah.
have to be in is named.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
the sanitarium one I was in, they start in the doctor's office. Oh, shock horror.
Mm.
you know, where they would be.
Nice.
But then I think some other cards, depending on the setup card you pull, they might start in the ward.
Yeah.
But you'll start in the doctor's office, or
Okay.
you'll be a little. Usually, I think you're one opposite end of the other.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're really unfortunate, you might start in the same room, which is like, fuck,
Oh dear.
run away.
So conclusion then.
In conclusion,
Inconclusive. Final Girl's incredible. Absolutely incredible game.
Out
Yeah.
of 10.
9, because nothing's ever perfect.
What would make it perfect?
Nothing, because nothing's ever perfect.
yeah, I mean, it's hard to. I mean, in the last episode, we gave quite a lot of stuff 9.5.
Yes.
I'd probably push it there. As it is, it's good. The themes are good. The graphics are good. If you like, for me, I like horror films. It's brilliant. You know.
Yeah.
Um,
And the thing is, like, you might not like an alien-based horror. You might like the classic slasher horror, or you might like the thriller, teen murdered in a mall, kind of shopping centre kind of thing. You can pick up those feature films. Like when we went to
War game.
Yes, and we went through that whole entire stock of Final Girl games.
Stuff, yeah.
And we were there for ages, and I was like, "Well, what series is this from?"
Yep.
That's the only downside is you don't know if you go and buy a game, you don't know what series it's from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Van Ryder have a good website that tell you everything.
Yeah, the
that's
website tell you everything, but if you go into a shop and you pick it up, you wouldn't know.
Oh,
What,
yeah, there's nothing to say
Okay.
season
Series
1,
it's from.
season 2. But yeah,
unless I'm missing something.
absolutely, it's definitely one that's worth picking up if you are a solo gamer.
Fair enough. Put on a nice horror soundtrack and play away.
Yes,
Or play by
Definitely.
candlelight.
Play by candlelight.
Candlelight is. I've done that.
That was extensive, that one, Pops. That was good. Enjoy that. You can tell you definitely enjoy that one.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to move over to Neil. Obviously, the one we're talking about. I don't know if we've mentioned it on the. I think we mentioned it in passing on the podcast.
We have mentioned it a couple of times in passing, but not in gone into any detail.
Yeah.
This one is Heroes of the Shire, made by Senior Games.
Yep.
As I think with the rest of the games in this one, it has a solo mode to it, but it's mainly play with multiple people.
Yep.
They have released an expansion for this one for a true solo mode.
Yep.
This adds unique events for solo mode, but you can use them in your ordinary games if you're going through the campaign. It adds more items and loot that you can find, and a monster deck of behaviours.
Okay. So more like an AI based.
Yes, when me and Minty have played Heroes of the Shire and did the campaign mode, we wanted to play as the two heroes.
Yep.
And go through it that way. Normally you would set up a villain player.
Yep.
In that the boss's actions were randomised on a dice roll, which didn't always have what you would normally pick if you had a villain player.
Yep.
They would be more strategic, but this was just random, so in that respect it was a lot easier to get through.
Yep.
While the monster deck is great, you got 3 different cards. You have a passive deck, which is what you work with.
Yep.
Then a aggressive and defensive. Each time you go into an encounter, you roll a dice, and depending on the result, you add one of those to the deck.
Nice.
When you get to the boss, they all get shuffled together, and that dictates
Oh, okay.
what the boss does. It might be it will do this attack and it will have that on the card.
Yep.
It might be the convenience support action that would benefit it, and it does specify that would benefit it.
Yep.
So you have to be subjective in that line of view, or attack, or it might just say you cast the highest cooldown.
Yep.
Ability that you have.
I mean, we'll talk a little bit about the game itself. It's definitely one we should get Pops to the table with, whether it's
quite enjoy it.
the 1v1v1 or...
With this one, there are so many different ways to play this game. There's a campaign you can go through with 4 different scenarios to go through, each with 3 different bosses to fight, each with their own events and encounters you can go through. There is a big arena fight where you just all face each other. There's a team arena, or there's the boss battles where it's a team arena, but one of your players plays one of the bosses from the campaign. So there's so many different options.
And there's a butt ton of heroes.
Hence the name
Heroes of the Shire.
Heroes of the Shire.
I have 21 heroes.
Yep.
For this, each are different, unique.
It's fantasy based, isn't it? So it's
Very much fantasy based, like a D&D group. You got usual suspects. There's a rogue, there's a paladin, a cleric, a warrior, and there might be some other bits like there's a witch doctor.
Yeah, the witch doctor's good fun. A bloodletter.
The dragon knight, there's a shield maiden.
Yep.
So many different characters.
So that the thing we found. So the homes have Hero of the Shire on our recommendation from the other year. There are some characters that are more support based.
Yes.
And there are some that are more attack based. So you do have to be a little bit more careful with that. We did a 2v2 game of that where each team had one attacking on one support, and oh god, all hell broke loose.
Yeah,
mental.
But then each hero has a upgrade sheet, so you have 3 different paths you can then upgrade your character by. There's also a help sheet with them as well to kind of describe what they go through. There are so many different tokens for this game. There's a lot of management of different tokens, different buffs to go through.
That is the one downside for me.
I would say so. It does add to the setup of this, which we'll go through a bit later in depth.
But it's nothing that a good organiser couldn't.
I have managed to get an organiser and things are now organised out, so doing those tokens is a lot easier.
Yeah.
A lot easier. It has helped an awful lot, but you still need the space for it.
One thing I will say about this game, again, obviously it's one I've played. It's done by a small developer. The guys that we speak to every year at the expo, they live and breathe this game. You know, the guy put everything he knows into this game, creating characters, making them work together, making them not work together, making the bosses do more realistic moves than being 8 spaces away and shooting you with a spider web. You know, they've really thought about it. And every time, I think we went 4 years in a row before it released, 3 years in a row before it released, or became available.
I think it was less than that.
Was it?
Or
maybe we went every day one year.
I managed to get the late
pledge
for it all, and I think by the next year I had it.
I think so. Every time we went to the stand, he told us something different. He taught us something different. He showed us something different. You know,
I think most of this stuff is coming in the new game that they're doing, linked with the same world. Add some more encounters and expanding on the campaign. Yep. Which is I'm looking forward to.
For you though, Pops, he does give off Matthew vibes. You know, War of the Worlds, Matthew.
Oh, is this the guy we met last year?
The guy and the girl.
When Holmes bought
everything.
Everything they had.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, just buy that. Oh, actually, what else have you got? Yeah, I love that. Oh, no, I love this as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the play mat.
It didn't take much convincing.
No,
no.
I remember that because out came the IKEA carrier bag.
Yeah.
And it got full.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is. I do enjoy this game. Once again, I enjoy it playing with people.
So yeah, setup wise takes a bit of time to get through, especially if you're doing campaigns, because you have a hex tiles that you need to place out in a numbered order to navigate through. The tiles themselves have no really impact. They kind of set out the layout of it. It's the exploration cards that you draw that dictate if you have an encounter, you get to draw loot, nothing happens, or you're drawing an event card. The events work on you have like set the scenario, then you have different options to choose from. Depending on the option is a different outcome, and it could be good or bad for you.
Yep.
And most of them only have 2 options, but some could have more. Some are depending on what level you are as well.
Yep.
On my playthrough doing this solo, you do need a bit of space to set this up. I only had a small table to play this on, and it was quite cramped and added to the time to play because having to then get things out when I came across that.
Yep. Absolutely.
Rulebook wise, because there are so many modes, it felt a bit clunky in a way. Trying to go with a lot of page flicking like on the Skyrim that we mentioned on our previous episode.
Yep.
Of where different things are. It doesn't seem like it flows that well. And there is a lot of information in there.
But that amount of information is also a positive.
Yes. I don't think we've ever come across a grey area.
Nope.
Or ambiguity in the rules. It was all quite clear in that, which is really good.
Yep.
But there might be a bit of going backwards and
I don't
forwards.
think it's ordered very well.
No.
But the information it gives you is exactly what you need.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gameplay wise, it's quite simple really. On your character board you have different abilities that you can do. As we've gone through, some are support, some are attack based. Your upgrades might give you more abilities that you can choose, or they might upgrade other abilities, and each hero has a unique ability. So on my playthrough I went through the Shield Maiden, who could choose different weapons at the start of her turn. Each of those had 2 unique abilities on each of those, which unlocked other abilities on her board, and through levelling up became very potent.
Yeah. She's a strong character.
She is. She was quite good for the solo mode because she was quite high defense, and with the right upgrades was also able to go first.
Yep.
And having that initiative order was very useful against some of the encounters you come up against.
Absolutely.
So on the solo mode, you get to choose one ally as well. On this one, I chose the Paladin, which had a bit of support to it and a bit of attack, so it could do a mixture of things. The allies are watered down versions of the heroes. While they do have a hero counterpart, so you could play the Paladin as a hero, or there is a ally card for that. So there's different options for it all. The first encounter was very difficult.
Yep.
Mainly down to the draw. I draw 2 enemies which had quite high initiative, and they did an awful lot of damage.
Yep.
Very, very quickly.
Yep.
As an AoE that hit both me and the Paladin.
Yep.
Paladin did go down on that one.
Oh.
But fortunately, because I eventually won the encounter, he gets revived.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So that's not too bad. But going through it all for a series of events and being able to go back and redo the scenario before you face the boss, I leveled up quite quickly actually.
Nice.
And ended up with 4 allies. One of them being the Musketeer, the Witch Doctor.
Nice.
And through an event, managed to gain one of the enemies that you face as an ally.
Nice.
So yeah, it worked quite well actually.
I'm resisting the urge to sing Witch Doctor right now.
Please don't. Please.
I think I did the whole time we played it.
Visuals, the artwork's really nice.
Yep.
I do like the art style for it all. There are no miniatures for this. There's no little standees. I think we mentioned each time about miniatures. It's just cost and not wanting to add too much to the game when there's already a lot to the game.
But one thing he didn't do is rule it out.
Say again?
One thing he hasn't done is rule it out.
No, he's never done that. It's something he's been interested in. It's just cost at this point, and
with the tariffs as well, it's just it's just killer right now.
So I played through the fire scenario.
Yep.
That's rather than having one big map, you do it in 3 sections. So you face a boss in each before going on to the next. So the first one was the flame elemental, which does damage each time your upkeep phase and go through. It was quite potent, but at that point wasn't too bad.
Nope.
The tectonic giant on the next boss was quite easy actually at that point.
Is that because of how you'd leveled up though?
Yeah, and some of the equipment I managed to gain, because you get sets of loot as well, really helped a combat focused character like the Shield Maiden excel.
I wonder whether the Shield Maiden, being the Shield Maiden, helped. I know when we played the campaign, I played as
Was it the rogue?
Either the rogue or the bloodletter, and I was hurting myself to do things. I don't know how well a character like that would go across in a campaign.
Solo wise might be difficult. With a good team, with someone like a cleric that heals or something like that to give your health back, probably quite potent.
Yeah, because it was strong, but I think I've played it before when we've done the arena.
Yes.
And you take 4 health off yourself, but you deal like 12 damage.
Yeah.
And it's unblockable. Like, it's really good, but I took half my health away trying to do it.
Yes.
So whether those can't go across in the campaign would be that kind of thing, you know.
I reckon it would work, and I reckon each character is viable, especially with the right support team to go through.
Yeah, I did wonder when we spoke about you doing the Heroes of the Shire. I had it in my head that you only had one character, and that was it. And it was like, after us playing it 2-player,
yes,
it was hard enough for us.
It was.
So it's nice to know you do get that.
But I think once we got going and leveled up, it became a lot easier.
Yep.
And we got access to the different abilities.
It is something I know we discussed originally, and we've discussed with the creator as well, about the scaling up through leveling up. Like with like Gloomhaven, the monsters scale up with you.
So yeah, the minions that you face as you go through the scenario don't seem to level up. No. So as a solo, they are quite potent.
Yeah.
Against you. There is scaling with the bosses.
Okay.
But I think by that point, it's not enough. You could make it harder and scale them up more with more players, essentially, even though you're not having that many players. So normally they gain more health. Their abilities kick in at certain thresholds, and their stats increase.
Okay. Depending
on the difficulty that you go for. The last boss was a dragon.
Oh.
By the end of that, I had lost all my allies, but did win.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that was a bit more of a challenge.
Oh. We like a challenge, though.
Yes. I think the other downside of playing it solo, while there is no randomness to any of the numbers, they are fixed in a way of this ability will always do this much damage plus whatever your stat is for this, which you can modify, which then gets minused off a set defense value, which can be modified to a certain extent depending on abilities. There's a lot of numbers running around on your own, trying to keep on top of it all and work it all out, which did add time to do it all. I think with more players, it's easier to spread that mental load.
Yep, absolutely. I think that's one thing that I don't enjoy about a solo game. There is nobody to offload to.
No.
There's nobody to talk things through with. You know, when I was playing Final Gale, I was messaging you, just talking things through. It's just one of those.
Yeah, and then we found out that I didn't give you 3 cards or 3 tokens.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I wrote them on paper.
But then
where are these bits?
Yeah. The nice thing with the fixed numbers is that your characters are predictable in their abilities and always going to be good. There's no, I've just used my big ability and it's rolled really badly.
Yeah, and you've pulled a card that says miss.
Yeah. So yeah, that is quite nice that they're consistent in what they do, and you can set up really good situations of buffing yourself and your allies to then get that really big hit in. We've had it a couple of times when we played the rogue, where we've kind of buffed him up, given him advantage, and he's hit really, really hard. But he's very much a glass cannon, as most rogues are.
Standard fantasy game for you.
But I would say even with the monster deck, the monster wouldn't play as well as if it was run by a human player.
Of course. I don't think you're ever going to get that.
No, I think the passive deck it's got too much into it that you don't always draw what you kind of need, and you might draw, well, might want to go for its big attack because it's kind of buffed itself, and then you just cast your support spell and it's buffing yourself more while it's getting wailed on by everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is the one problem with AI.
Yes.
It is predictable eventually, or so unpredictable. It goes one way or the other. It either has a set way that it goes, or it's completely random.
Yeah.
Like I said, you could have the world's top buffs, a +6 to hit, shredding shield, and then go, I'm going to go and hide. And
in a way, yes. And there could be some cards where you kind of where the boss has managed to set itself up for a good turn, and it says you miss, and in doing so, you take damage.
Yep.
Which isn't kind of great for the boss.
No.
In that sense, it
Great for
doesn't
you,
add that. Yeah, it doesn't have that challenge though, where you expect a boss to be able to.
Yeah, it's a boss.
Yeah. Be the boss of that game, especially the final boss of that scenario.
Absolutely. Anything else? I like this game a lot. I like this game a lot.
I do as well, but I feel it is better with more players than a solo run through. It's nice that you can run it solo, and having the true solo mode as a little expansion is really nice and really good. It might be worth thinning down the boss deck so that it feels more like a boss, especially for harder run-throughs.
Absolutely. I think, obviously, as we said before, we have a little bit more of a jaded opinion, me and you. We like the social aspect of it. We like that kind of stuff. Like, Pops might sit down and love it. I don't doubt the fact that he'd like the game anyway, but the ability to be able to play it solo is a perk that you look for in a game.
Yeah, like a lot of my games, I've got things like Dog Park, got Sky Team, loads of like 2, 3, 4 player games. But I always kind of find out those ones like Gloomhaven, Jaws of Lion, which is a 1 player.
Yep.
As well, that I can play on my own and go, I really enjoyed that. I'm going to go and play it with you guys.
I think for you, obviously, correct me if I'm wrong, you're just getting into games and you like to go at your pace.
Yeah.
You don't want to be like, I could sit down with you, play a game and go, right, you've got this, and this, and you're sat going, overload.
Yeah.
So that solo thing, I think...
A solo thing allows someone to ease into a game,
doesn't
it? I think, SETI is quite a complex game, I believe.
Oh, God, yeah.
I'd be interested to see how that is in solo mode.
Yep. And it is one of those, like, I think for anybody who's nervous about playing games with other people, not wanting to disappoint them, not wanting to be a burden, solo modes are really good. But they are stunted in the fact that if you play them enough solo, you're going to know exactly what they're going to do.
Yes.
Obviously, to a certain extent, you're not knowing the exact card, but you know you've had 4 aggressive cards in Heroes of the Shire. At some point, you're going to pull a passive.
Well, you can tell kind of what it's going to do because the backs are different between the kind of aggressive, defensive, and passive. So you got a rough idea of what might be coming up.
Yeah.
So, in a way, you can prepare for that behaviour.
But you don't know exactly.
You don't know exactly what it's going to be, and some of those cards are a bit lackluster.
Yep.
Whereas I think Final Girl, because it's solely a one player, it's different.
Well, it excels at that option.
Yeah, it's not as predictable. Yeah, it's pretty predictable that 9 times out of 10 you're going to get absolutely slaughtered.
Oh, yeah.
But you're not playing a set of rules in a way that has been made because usually there's going to be 2 or 3 players.
Yeah, I think that's something, obviously, with the true solo mode and Heroes of the Shire, it's a little bit different. But other games where we've tried to play them solo before or had a look at them solo, they're still using the same cards. And it's like, move towards the closest person.
Yeah, the AI is very simple.
Yep, absolutely. But Van Ryder, they made a solo game, so they concentrated on the AI.
Yes.
Heroes of the
made it
Shires is made
for a group of people.
to play.
Yeah, I would say it's aimed at that, and it has a solo mode
Bolted on.
Therefore, I think, as with most games, really, that have that one-player option.
Absolutely.
Some multiplayer games that I play one player, you are basically just moving a piece, and that is the one player mode. Is like, you're moving this, you give them the card that you haven't picked, and you're kind of almost forging your own path through the game on some games like that.
Yep.
Where solely one player games, and no, it's not just Final Go. There are other one player games out there, solely one player games out there, that they can create the rules that they know will allow the user to get a much better experience from, because they're not using go and stand next to the closest person, discard 3 cards and pick up 1 from the other hand.
Absolutely.
But I did find with the Shield Maiden, you had a very good opening set of moves that you would generally go through.
Yep.
Which were really, really effective.
Yeah.
Because you would go, the ones I found to be really effective is that you chose the axe, which allowed your attack ability to have strike twice.
Yep.
So you then hit twice. And some of the axe abilities do hit very hard, and they're also able to reduce enemies' defences.
Yep.
Allowing setup for your other allies to come in and deal with them.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is one of those, it's character selection.
Yeah, and kind of once you had that down, it then became... You didn't really think about what you're going to do, because it was clearly going to be you're going to choose this card and go with this.
Yep, absolutely. It's one of those.
It is...
Overall?
Having all the numbers to sort out on my own, I found it quite taxing.
Yep.
And not as enjoyable as when I've played it with other people.
Yep.
And the unpredictability of having other people involved when we've done 1v all or team games, it's been really unpredictable of who people have gone for and what's happened in that respect.
Yeah, absolutely. I think as a game, it's incredible.
Yes.
It's really good. I recommend it to most people when they like dungeon crawlers or arena games.
Yeah.
It is really good. As a solo game, if that's what you're into, I'd probably still recommend it.
Yeah, I'm sure you could make it work, and with some adjustments to how certain things run, you could streamline the AI with the deck.
Yep. Cool.
So it has potential.
Yep.
But not the most fun I've had playing that Heroes of the Shire.
Absolutely.
Which is a shame. But I know there's other modes that I will enjoy playing the game.
Yeah.
We'll play the game again, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. My turn. I'm going to talk about a game same as Neil. It is made for more people. And there is a solo mode bolt on. It's one of my favourite games. I'm going to be talking about Earth. It doesn't come to the table as much as I want it to. My wife hates it.
See, I really liked it when we played it.
Yep.
Like, visually, it was stunning.
Yep. And most people I've played it with that aren't my wife have really enjoyed it. I'll give you the quick basis of Earth. You have to build a tableau of cards to attract animals to your island or build the best ecosystem most effective ecosystem. So it's kind of like a tableau building, engine builder game. As a game, I love it. The pictures of all the flowers and all that kind of stuff are really nice. It's really simple. You get 4 actions. Whenever you take an action, other people get to do something in the same turn. When you go into the solo mode, it changes quite a lot of that, how that works. So in this version of the game, in the solo mode, there is a deck of 6 cards, I think it is. It's not a big deck, so it doesn't really do a lot. The AI doesn't do a lot. But when you do your action, they basically just get 3 points. So when we do the plant action, for instance, you get to plant 2 cards, which means put 2 cards into your tableau. And then you draw 4 cards and choose 1 to keep. Normally, you'd then discard the other 3. In this version, they go face up into Gaia, as she's called. I automatically assumed she's a woman, Mother Earth, Mother Nature, whatever. So that isn't I'm not saying that it should be a woman, whatever, but nothing against women. That's just how I perceived it. So those 3 cards that you would discard go straight into her scoring pile. So if you discard one that's got 6 points, you've just given her 6 points. When you collect sprouts, she collects sprouts, and she gets a point per sprout. Now, she started with 10. And I start on 0. It is something I found infuriating, but before I got to the end of the game, it was annoying me. By the time I got to the end of the game, it kind of made a bit more sense. But yeah, the game itself, there's 4 actions. You can plant cards, you can get cards, you can earn soil, which is your money. Or you can get sprouts, which help grow or grow the actual plant itself. As I've said, the solo mode gives you this AI called Gaia. You flip over one of her cards on her turn, their turn, its turn. And it gives you an action to do, weirdly. So you flip over the card and it says you get to plant 1 card. And then you get to draw a card. So you do that top action. And then there's a bottom action. It says for every card you planted, she gets a growth or a sprout. I don't know exactly. I can't remember exactly what it is. But then she gets... Basically, she reacts to what you do. There are a couple of cards which I found extremely unfair, where as soon as it's drawn, it places one of its victory leaves on the fauna board at the top space, and it just gets to do that. Now, if you're playing on beginner or medium, they then have to skip their next turn, so you get 2 turns to make up for that. But if not, they also get other buffs if you're doing it in hard mode. So when you play it, there are 4 animal cards, as they are, and they all have different perks. So in mine, if you had 4 shrubberies, you got to put your marker on and you get 15 points at the end of the game. By the time I got there, she'd already claimed 2 victory scores. So she was already at 30 points. And obviously that means I can't score 15 points for that same thing then. So that was a bit annoying, but it does kind of balance back off. Remembering what she gets is quite difficult. There's a lot of double checking. Obviously, I've got the expansion abundance as well, so checking 2 rule books for the solo mode, and that kind of inflated it a little bit. It's still the basic game. It's still the game, but you're just playing. You're basically just playing to make sure you don't give the AI more points than you're getting. Like I said, it's an engine builder. The more you build up your plants, get more sprouts, earn coin, whatever, the more points you get at the end. But I found myself looking at the 4 cards I've drawn. I was growing big trees, for instance, in my one, because that's what my ecosystem told me to do. But it meant I'd have to discard a card that gave them 8 points. So instead of taking the tree I needed, I was taking the one that meant that she didn't get as many points. If you understand what I mean, I wasn't doing my tactic, trying to.
You weren't following your game
Yeah.
plan. You were just denying points to the AI.
To the AI, and there is that,
This is the thing that I don't like about games that they put a solo mode on to. To me, that it almost feels like the solo mode is the afterthought.
I don't know. I mean, I spent 4 or 5 hours talking to Connor at the expo the first year. Obviously, we spent an hour there when his advertising fell out the roof.
Yes.
And we were talking to him, and then we got onto the table last thing Sunday.
Yes.
Managed to get a copy off of him after it sold out on Friday. Because there was a table size mix up and whatever. And they did think about it. And I think for a solo gamer, I think had you not played it with me, you might enjoy the solo aspect of it. The solo mode is simple, but it's really simple. It's just giving you the opportunity to play the game on your own, which is great if that's what you like. Now, we are doing a solo game episode, and I'm not just going to sit here and slag off solo games. As a solo game goes, I think it's pretty good. But knowing how good the game is multiplayer does put me off a little bit. But I am going to judge it fairly in what we are talking about here. She is easy to predict what's going on. There's 6 cards. As soon as you know what cards they are, it's pretty simple. The game ends when you play your 16th card into your tableau, or when the deck for the AI runs out twice, which I didn't realise until I got halfway through the deck the second time. So then I started planting a lot more cards, because you can start for just farming soil. As I said earlier, I got frustrated because at one point it looked like I was going to get absolutely destroyed. So I was just shouting, going, "How is this fair?" Because the AI basically scores points the same as you do. Point per sprout. You get to score all of her face-up cards. For each face-down card she's got in the compost, she gets a point. For each growth, she gets a point. If she gets a growth completion, she gets the growth completion bonus. All that kind of stuff. So it is just another player. It's just simplified. So as a solo game, it does run pretty well. Set up, nice and easy. Shuffle a load of cards together. Set up your board, set up your tablet, set up her board. All explained really well. The rulebook, I don't know if I mentioned, it is quite good. It explains a lot. There's lots of pictures, lots of examples. And it's easy to read. It tells you exactly what you need to do, what each action does, and the reaction that Gaia has. There is only one page to explain what the solo mode does. Like we said, it's a bolt-on.
Which is more than some. Some you get half a page, maybe even a quarter of a page.
And it does explain everything you need. Just tells you what she does. They haven't tried to change the game to add this solo thing on. Sometimes that can dilute the game. Whereas now, this one, it goes, you just play the normal game, but when you do this action, she does this. When you do this action, this happens. It is pretty good, and it works that way. As I said, the visuals are great. It's all pictures of mountains, animals, flowers, trees, shrubs. It's all great. It looks great. With the new deluxe resources, it don't fit on the thing properly. Beforehand, you had the little wooden ones that fit on the marker.
Yes. Yeah,
with the tree
those.
roots, it covers how many points you've got
Ah.
or how much growth you need. So I was putting it in the middle of the card on top of the picture. So it still worked. For Gaia's board, it's better to use the wooden ones for her.
Okay.
But the deluxe resources look lovely,
Yes.
They actually look like trees you're building.
How long did it take you to do a playthrough?
One thing I didn't like about it took me about 2 hours to get through it.
Okay.
That's from starting setup to finishing.
Yeah.
It took me about 2 hours, all in all. The game itself doesn't take long, but like I said, I dragged it out because I thought it doesn't end until I finish my tableau. So I was trying my best to draw certain cards and do certain things. By the end of it, I was taking turn after turn after turn. It was just like plant. Oh, I need more. To be able to plant more, I need to earn more money. So it could be done. I could say it's probably about an hour. I think the box says like 90 minutes.
Okay.
45 to 90 minutes. So it can be quite quick as soon as you know what you're doing. Obviously, I had to learn what that does, and I added the expansion for the first time, so I had to learn what that was as well.
Oh, right.
Overall, I love Earth. Absolutely love it. It was a on the whim thing. I didn't get to sit down and play it because I gave my seat up when you did it, but just standing and watching, enjoyed it enough to go, I'm buying this.
So I think we're in a similar boat of it was fine, but better with more people.
Yes, but I think that's a preference thing.
Yes.
Like I said,
I suppose, yeah.
we tried to do a solo.
The only thing you need to do is get Pops to try each game solo and his feedback.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you are a solo gamer, Earth's brilliant. It runs exactly like the multiplayer game. The AI is a bit simple, but means you don't have to worry too much about it. And if you like trees and plants and that kind of stuff, it's a really good game. It's same for Heroes of the Shire. I think if you like a dungeon crawler with enough variety of characters, then go for it. Out of the three, if I was going to choose a solo game, I'm going Final Girl all day long.
Well, it's designed to be
a solo game,
so
and
it's better at it.
It is one of those. But if you are looking for other games and you like a Euro type Earth, absolutely. If you want a fantasy type game, Heroes of the Shires, you know, they're all good games. That's why we chose them. You know, it'd be interesting to hear any feedback of anybody that plays other solo games. I know Wingspan, Vermspan have dedicated AI systems where they've actually hired somebody into the team and their only job is to work on the solo. So
is that part of the base game, or is that an expansion?
Part of the base game, and each expansion adds to the AI. So
I do like Wormspan.
Yes, it'd be interesting to see. I didn't want to sit down and set up my version of Wingspan because I've got every expansion going. I didn't have enough time to try and do that, you know. And I love it so much, I didn't want to taint it. I love Earth that much that I knew I wouldn't taint it. It'd be fine. But yeah, please let us know if there are other solo games that you like, and we'll get Pops to have a go.
Yeah, I will play whatever you want me to play, if it's solo.
Yeah.
17.
We're going to bring back a segment we did previously called One Excited Worm.
But no, there's three of us.
There are three, so that means
three excited worms.
3 excited worms. Is that like a Doug Trio? Pokemon reference, sorry. I've got a quick one to go through, and then my actual excited bit. I believe there are rumblings and rumours of Lorcana having a new way of playing. The Magic player in me really hopes it's some sort of Commander version. More cards, more having to fight with each other, that kind of thing. Obviously, we've got the Illumineers quests, and we've got the normal version. So it'd be interesting to see what that is. That's exciting. I can't find anything on it. I've just heard rumblings. My main one, I'm going to go into it again. I'm sorry if you're getting bored of me saying it, is Dinogenics has pulled the trigger.
Every week.
I'm so excited. I was slightly less excited when I saw the price of what I'm going to have to pay because, you know, somebody thought UV printing the meeples was a good idea and then saying, here you go, you can pay for these too if you like. And I went, it's got pictures of real dinosaurs on it. Why am I not going to buy it?
But you made those choices.
I did make that choice.
To make that choice.
No, but
you did.
Yes, and they look incredible. So super excited about that. I just hope they can get it over the line before it starts to cost the American backers too much money. I don't live in America, so I don't have to worry about that.
Nope.
But yeah, Dinogenics, looking forward to that, as we spoke about before, and Lorcana. I'll keep everybody updated and see what we can get from them. Neil.
Well, my one is, I think we mention every week, Dystopian Wars on their blog, which they're doing, updating quite regularly. They're going through all the new stuff that they're adding in. Their most recent one is on the rulebook.
Ooh.
Brand new rulebook for a brand new edition of Dystopian Wars.
All those special rules.
Well, hopefully
That
less
are
special,
hopefully no
Less
and
special
more
rules.
more condensed into the same thing. But it's from the preview images that they've shown us on their blog. It looks very good.
Lovely.
It looks a lot simpler, a lot clearer. Because I did find on the previous edition it was walls of text.
Absolutely.
On it all, and
I had to make a folder for my rules of Dystopian Wars.
Is that your Orbat or your rulebook?
Well, no, I got the rule book anyway with the
Yeah.
kit, didn't I? But my
Yes.
Orbit is
Yeah,
in a
Orbat, yeah.
folder because
Yeah.
there's all the special rules and everything in there.
Something James harked on about, and as he should, is the simplifying of the 200 odd rules that somebody created.
yes,
It came in
over
and
the
went,
course
"Whoa."
of the edition, but it looks so much clearer.
Yeah.
It's nicely paragraphed and blocked out. There's really nice artwork to this and some brand new artwork. It's going to be nice to go through and have a look through all of that.
Lovely.
How do you even come up with 200 special rules in addition to the 100 odd rules
So,
you've already
Over
done?
many years of adding
Yeah,
units,
many
and
years, and
factions.
Okay.
actually, a few of them were just recycled for other ones. I had rules for the Empire that were just called something different that Neil had for the Crown.
Yeah,
But
did
because
the
they're
same
called something
thing.
different, they get their own entry.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, a lot of
oh,
repeats,
okay.
which they've then called the same thing now, and it's going to be a lot better on that one.
I really hope so.
So yeah, that'll be exciting to get through. Hopefully that will also be soon. I believe it's still summer.
Yeah, it's still down to summer. We obviously got a small inkling from the team at the expo. I'm not going to put it out there just in case, but soon.
But the hope is that with them announcing a new rule book, that pretty much all the rules and that are
Set.
set now,
So,
and hopefully it
Let's
won't be
say,
too
yeah,
long.
hopefully a couple of months. Hopefully, maybe.
Hopefully
6
we'll get there
months,
soon.
Maybe
But
ready
yeah,
for
you can
next
catch
year.
up with all this if blog.warcradle.com, and you can find everything on there and all the other posts that they've done so far,
Yep.
going in through the collisions and ramming, different scale of games that you can now do much easier and how that affects different
I
things.
Also believe they've done a first timers guide.
Not noticed that as
Kind
yet.
of. I think there's like a beginners
Mm.
section.
Round sequences, different. There's so many different aspects they've kind of focused on and given its moment to bring out of what they've done with it. So by all means, go and have a look if you're interested
Yes,
in that.
please do. And then if anybody is around the Midlands, give us a shout. Might be we could meet somewhere and play a game. That goes for Warhammer too.
Apart from me,
But yeah, apart from you.
At the moment,
I don't know. No. Too much.
Rumble Slam or Blood Bowl is in, but Warhammer. No.
yeah, but
And dystopian.
Dystopian.
I remember you saying about Dystopian Wars that you weren't really going to go for it, and then at
No,
the
I was
expo you
going to
changed
wait
your mind.
until the new stuff was released.
That sale was so.
But then the cost of the starter kit was ridiculous.
It's a good cost anyway, even at full price. It's amazing.
And to be fair, when we spoke to him at the expo, not that much is changing in terms of like the ships, things like that. So
And the models aren't changing at all.
yeah, exactly. So it's worth buying the models.
Yes.
Can download the new rulebook, so I don't have to buy a specific thing. Yeah, tokens and bits and pieces in card decks.
They'll be
Yeah,
available
but
separately.
There'll be minimal cost,
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah,
So-
going off the price mark that they're on now, I don't think it'll be too expensive.
No.
And I'm, for tabletop now, I'm more of a tablet person anyway. So the rulebook is I'm probably going to use it on the iPad. Other tablets are available. Or I'm going to print one out and have it with me. But
Absolutely. Yeah, Dystopian Wars is on the radar big time.
yeah,
Big
Looking
time.
forward to that.
we are 3 very excited worms
Yes.
for that. And I am a very, very excited worm because of friend of the podcast, Matt, has hit over 300 followers for
War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds, one more day.
Yes.
Yeah, he posted a little while ago that he had 350 followers. I will, as we're talking, I'll have a look and see what his exact numbers are.
Yeah, we're not far away from the launch of War of the Worlds one more day. It should be any time soon.
Yeah, absolutely. He has 363 followers at time of recording.
That's really good.
It's really good. I saw the other day that he had a dummy box on his Instagram.
Yeah, the dummy
Nice.
box artwork's been done.
So
That's amazing. That
But
is.
I am the very excited worm that's jumping up and down, like they did in the board game in the video game worms, actually, not the
Yes.
board game, where they would. Hee hee. That is me at the moment.
yes, absolutely.
Lovely.
I can't wait for this game.
We've been looking at this game 3 years now,
Yeah, it has been.
and I'm so excited. I really hope it comes out. It fits really well into this actually, because it is technically a solo game.
But
But
you can do
you
co-op.
Yeah,
have to
we
do it
we
cooperatively.
we managed to do it at the expo as a co-op,
Yes,
and I think that
died horribly.
Horribly.
yeah, but
About
it's no
three
different than me
fighting-
dying in Final Girl.
Yeah, true.
About
So-
3 fighting machines.
Yeah,
Free Fight Machine and Red Wing.
and Red Wing, and it was
Could they
just
do a crossover of a Final Girl
imagine.
where you have to try and escape from fighting machines?
I
And
tell you
every
what,
now and
that's a little bit like the
But
one in Series 3, which is a bit
Okay.
Terminator-esque, but
Fair enough.
I was say they'd have to be copyright distinct, so it'd be 4-legged fighting machines
yeah,
with freeze rays. Is that different enough? I
yeah,
don't know.
it'll be
Lukewarm rays?
robots on the street Final Girl feature film.
It's got one leg but 4 heads. I don't know.
Metallic machines attack.
Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, I'm really excited about
Yes.
this approaching very, very quickly.
I'm hoping to speak to Matt before it launches. I'm going to try and just get a quick word with him. Just find out what's going on. It'd be nice once the campaign's out of the way to speak to him as well and see, what goes into it. Try and get that insight. I know he said he'll speak to us before. I don't want to bother him at the minute. He's convention after convention after convention.
Oh,
at the
he
minute.
is pushing this hard.
He's doing some road trip today, a HG Wells road trip.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I mean, we'll see.
There's a lot.
So excited! I really hope it does well. Especially, we've
can't-
got to know Matt, and he's really good.
Yeah, he's put a lot of passion into this, a lot of energy, a lot of effort.
And
The least that people can do is back it at full price.
if the deluxe version is the price he says he is,
With the mat as well. Let's
Yeah.
forget the mat.
yeah, all the deluxe
Mhm.
parts, everything, it's going to be backed instantly. So, yeah,
I feel like it should be a worm's back. We all back it together.
back it as Tome. No, because we each want our own copy.
It's true. Actually, I do want a copy of it.
Raise more money that way for
Exactly.
for the pledge.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I think that's it for.
That is it
For
from the old man today.
Once again, thanks for listening. Please remember to follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram. I will try and be a bit more active on Instagram. Please tell your friends, family, your dog, your enemies, your next door neighbour,
The goldfish.
anybody. Please, we are, as we said last time, we are over 200 plays, and it's great. We haven't advertised a lot. We are independent. It's just the three of us sat in my dining room. I've put all the money in myself. We've put all the time in ourselves. There's no behind the scenes team. It's just us. So it's great to see people actually listening. Whether it is just my wife sat there with it on repeat, who knows? But yeah, please get in contact with us. Leave us reviews, ratings, comments. Just let us know if it's good. If you don't like it, let us know. We can't change anything if you don't tell us. Any review is welcome. Obviously, don't just slag us off for no apparent reason. Let's make it constructive.
Reviews are welcome.
But we are big boys. We can take criticism. Just leave to say, doesn't it, really? We'll see you all soon.
Ta-ra.